Hello and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Kristen, aka Not Just Another Fat Girl. And yes, before you comment, this is what I look like around the house 99% of the time. It's a season for me, just a season. But today, the focus is on this pile of bathing suits in my arms because your girl is going to show you 5 of the most popular swimsuit styles on her US size 20 body. Hopefully to save you some hassle, some headache when it comes to picking a bathing suit for yourself. Now, just as a reminder, I do still have an open wound from where my C-section incision burst open. And additionally, I also have an umbilical hernia, which of course you guys may see in this type of attire. And lastly, as a gentle reminder, I am just 3 months postpartum. But when it comes to me and my channel, y'all are going to get the real, okay? My hair is a mess. I will try to fix it so it's not a distraction when I put on these swimsuits. I have no makeup on, and I definitely have some hormonal breakouts right now. I am wearing my breastfeeding bra. Y'all, I am just giving you all the real, and that is what you can expect here. I am not going to give you perfection. I'm going to give you real. Now, just as a reminder, these swimsuits are not to sell you on this particular swimsuit. Me trying them on is literally just so you can see what this style of swimsuit looks like on a body that ideally, if you're watching this video, resembles yours in some way, shape, or form. So this is to help you get an idea of what it might look like on you, or maybe possibly help you avoid certain styles if you have similar features as me, because there are definitely some swimsuits in this little mini haul here, because some of these are new and some of them are older. And they are ones that I would not repurchase. Absolutely. I'm telling on myself, okay? But this one right here, y'all, I have to tell you the story, okay? This swimsuit I got when I was in Puerto Rico. I don't know how many years ago, probably like 13, 14 years ago now. And I got it at Walmart in San Juan, Puerto Rico, and I paid 25 cents for it. 25 cents. And this, y'all, if there was ever a security blanket for a bathing suit, it was this one, okay? This bathing suit has seen me through high highs, as in like weighing over 365 pounds, and low lows. It has gotten me through so much, and just, it is one of those swimsuits where I don't know, it's amazing. It is great for breastfeeding, okay? As you can see, some space to pull it to the side. The way that it has a little bit of a drape in the front covers my C-section incision perfectly. It just, it's just one of those very flattering suits that you really can't go wrong with. And y'all, when I was telling you about being real, I'm being real, okay? Even when it comes to recording these videos and this voiceover, okay? I got baby in my arms in this video and baby in my arms right now doing this voiceover. It is not easy, but I want to be authentic with you guys. And that's why I share so much. Maybe I shouldn't, but I do. I'm going to share all these little moments in between so you know it is not easy. I never want to paint this season of my life as being easy because it really hasn't been. But I definitely do try to find joy in little moments. If you are looking for a good bathing suit, look for something like this. Because even though it's a one piece, I feel like it has a little bit of sexiness to it. It's a great balance, full coverage, but sexy. Now this next bathing suit is from, of all places, Temu. Yeah, you heard me right, Temu, as in that from Asia online shopping app where everything is super cheap. That being said, it's a good bathing suit considering where it came from. However, it definitely has its flaws. The first one being, look at the way that I got this little bulge at the top of my legs because it is tight around the bottom of that bathing suit. Secondly, those inserts, honey, they had to go. They were trash. The first time that I washed this bathing suit, the inserts became balled up into the tiniest little balls that just were terrible to try to uncrinkle. I just took them out. I got tired of fighting with them. I was just done, okay? Next, you will see there is a piece that ties. in the center there. However, it's also what keeps the breast area together. So for that reason, I have to tie it tight in order to keep the boobs where they are supposed to be. However, that causes the piece that is supposed to sit comfortably over the upper stomach to essentially ride up and just not sit where it should at all. I will say it does have some decent coverage as far as the booty goes. And from the side, it's okay. I I don't know. It's something where it does have good coverage in the back. I do like how much it covers in the back. I feel like it's a good balance to where you can get a nice tan, but you're not showing everything off. I really just struggle with the fact that it is so tight on the bottom area there where I'm tugging. So it causes that bulge. And then also the fact that that middle piece where the tie is, that should be over my stomach, literally creates a roll on my stomach that isn't normally there. That's the biggest pieces that I do not like on this bathing suit. Now, the one thing I will say is, honey, it definitely makes your boobs look good, okay? You do have to be comfortable if you have some side boob going on. You also have to be comfortable if you have some, we'll just say, some not so toned arms. You do have to be comfortable with that, but it does make the boobs look very, very good and is great for breastfeeding. Now, this next bathing suit, I feel like every single plus size retailer has its own version of this style, and I am not going to lie to you, I am not a fan for a multitude of reasons. The first being, though, that I do not feel like it flatters my figure, primarily because it is very, very tight on my thighs, but very, very loose on my upper stomach. And you will see when I turn around that it has a big gap in the back above my booty. And that gap is sort of obvious from the side and just makes it feel not as secure for me. And additionally, it just, where it sits, it's either going to be over the back flab area, the flanks, or it's going to be under. It's just, it basically, it compresses the largest parts of me around my hips and stuff, but it forces me to be disfigured because it is so tight there. And then because the top is so much looser because I really need a smaller size, it basically just makes me look really big on top. And you'll see when I turn around what I mean. I look bigger on top than on the bottom, at least to me, in this bathing suit, and I'm just not a fan of that. Now, I will say the top piece, the little halter and everything, it does make your boobs look very good, okay? And also, if you are breastfeeding like me, it is accessible, which is ideal for this season of my life. However, again, I will say, if you are uncomfortable with your side boobs, if you have less than toned arms that you are not comfortable with, you will not be comfortable in this bathing suit. Now, I know for some of you, I might be being hypercritical of myself and how I look in this bathing suit, but one of the things that I truly love about the first bathing suit that I put on, the black one, is that it doesn't have compression. That's what makes it great. I'll be honest with you, I don't feel like compression in a bathing suit to this extreme, the way that it's cutting into me here, is flattering at all. I don't feel like it helps my figure to have that. And instead, I feel like it makes it look worse. And crazy enough, I am way more comfortable in a bathing suit that does not have compression versus one that is. That's just me personally, but I am just not a fan. And you can see here what I mean about the top, okay? The top is looser, and it literally, because the bottom is so tight and pulls me in the way that it does, it literally creates a roll that hangs over the bottom of the bathing suit. And you see, I'm trying to tug and I just have no space around the bottom of that bathing suit. It just does not work for a pear-shaped body. So if you are someone like me who has lipedema, then you will struggle to find bathing suits, which is part of the reason why I am sharing this particular video with you guys. I understand the challenge, so I'm trying to help you navigate the different bathing suit styles that are available to you to hopefully, be steered towards something that might work ordering it online for the first time. Now, I will say that being that I am in my postpartum season and I do breastfeed, a lot of the bathing suits that I gravitate towards right now do not have support in the top. However, this one right here does, but it is too small, okay? Your girl is feeling like she has been stuffed tighter than a can of sardines in this top. It is supposed to be a size 20 top. I'm literally showing you the ticket, okay? It's a size 20 top. I normally am smaller on top than on the bottom. And on the bottom, I'm a US size 20. So normally I would be an 18 on top, but that is not the case with this particular bathing suit. The 20 on the bottom is tight, tight, tight. As you can see, I'm trying to pull it away and it just is not coming away, okay? It makes me feel like I am the Michelin tire guy, like I got rolls for days, and it is just not a bathing suit that I personally plan to wear anywhere unless I was to lose, I guess, a significant amount of weight to where I didn't have it digging into me in all of these different areas. But for this season of my life, this is a no. Now you can see when I turn around, my number one area of insecurity on my body is my flanks, and this bathing suit highlights my flanks. Now, I will be honest with you. Obviously, I was much, much larger, so a lot of that is loose skin, and maybe one day I will have it addressed, maybe one day I won't, who knows, but it's an area that I'm not comfortable with and an area that I am quick to point out that I need to work on somehow, but I'm just not sure how to work on it. And I'm not even allowed to work on it right now because I'm not allowed to exercise right now because of my C-section situation. So it is what it is. But on a bathing suit like this, to me personally, it's like putting a target on them and putting a big red arrow to the side. And it's just not something that I am good with. And you can see just how tight the top is. Even though it has adjustable straps, you see it riding up in the back there because there's just too much weight from the boobs in the front. It also is not breastfeeding friendly. And it's so tight on my stomach, which is the smallest part of me. And it somehow creates a roll there too, which is saying something. So with this style of bathing suit, unfortunately, I would not advise you to buy it online. I would 100% advise you to buy it in store where you can try it on and avoid this situation that I am in now. With that being said, though, if you are someone who doesn't have thighs as big as mine, who is not breastfeeding and maybe is a little smaller on top, who is shaped differently, as in, maybe you don't have as big a hips as mine either, then this style of bathing suit would be great for you. But if you are like me, if you have lipedema, if you deal with inflation, then I would not recommend this particular bathing suit style unless you go into the store and you try it on first and can make sure that you are not going to end up in a situation like mine. Now, this last bathing suit, honey, it is so far outside of my comfort zone. It is not even funny. I can't even believe that I'm putting this bathing suit on for y'all because first of all, it's basically like a string bikini for this plus size girl, okay? It is tiny compared to the amount of skin that is exposed, especially in the back. However, it was on mega clearance at Old Navy, so I was willing to take the risk. The top you will see is a double XL and the bottoms is a 3XL. So it is very generous in sizing though, and the top, I probably would have to stay in this particular size. I couldn't go any smaller because of the coverage situation. But the bottoms, you can see they are very, very loose and forgiving. I would not size down though, because of the coverage situation. I feel like if I did size down, I would risk showing a little bit more than I plan to. And as is, your girl is already showing way more than she planned to. Okay. Now, I will say with this particular top, because my boobs are heavier and there is zero support in this top, it is literally a string that goes up and around, and that is it. And you will see it riding up in the back, does not stay in place. It gets lost in the folds from the side boob and just has zero support whatsoever. If you are someone who is not comfortable with that, if you are someone who is not comfortable with the upper part of your body, period, this is definitely not the bathing suit for you. You see it riding up in the back there. It does not stay down. The weight of my boobs is just too much, which is understandable. I mean, I am breastfeeding right now, which definitely plays a part in it. But even outside of that, I do have larger breasts. I am a triple D, so they are just going to be heavy, period. And realistically, after 5 kids, they just are not where they started out at, okay? You see when I lift them up and I let go, you see how much they fall and how quickly they fall. That's just gravity, but in a bathing suit like this, gravity is just going to have free reign, okay? Now, I will say I surprisingly like the bottoms to this. I think because it is so loose and comfortable, it almost feels like I'm not wearing anything, but yet I do get the coverage. I am not someone to have my booty hanging out of a bathing suit, okay? I will never wear a thong bathing suit. I also don't like super high cut bathing suits that have, a good portion of my booty hanging out. I do like some modesty back there. The top part, I am a little more forgiving with as long as I stay covered in the important areas. But this bathing suit, the top, I'm not going to lie to you. The only time that I would ever wear this bathing suit top is if I was literally sun tanning myself in my own private fenced in backyard or my own balcony that nobody had access to. That's just being all the way real with you, because it feels very weak when it comes to support, and it feels like one wrong move and I might expose myself. And I'm just not okay with that, especially as a mom. That would be so embarrassing to be that mom who has the nip slip with her kids. Just not what I'm going for at all. But Again, I'm still surprised that I am okay with it in some degree at all. And that just goes to show you it's okay to step outside of your comfort zone. That's how you learn what it is that you are willing to be edgy with when it comes to style versus what you are uncomfortable enough with that you can't do it, because confidence is everything. You have to be confident in what you're wearing. And let me just tell you, if it is a bathing suit that does not necessarily flatter your figure, but you feel confident in it, honey, wear the bathing suit, okay? Because confidence is everything. I'm going to remind you guys something that I have heard a bunch of times and I needed to hear again recently, but nobody remembers what you were wearing. Nobody is going to remember what you were wearing, but your kids absolutely will remember if you were there, if you were present. Your presence matters more than what you looked like in that moment. So keep that in mind. Now, I did want to say one thing that I do that is different than most people is I never ever buy bathing suit cover-ups because their purpose is very limited for me. And it's something where you don't even wear it for long. You literally are wearing it to walk from your car to the beach or from your home to the pool. It's just not going to get a lot of use. However, this particular sleepwear, yes, you heard me right, sleepwear, it's a tank dress, a sleepwear tank dress. This is great because sleepwear tends to be thinner because they understand that us women, we have hormonal hot flashes and, we're just prone to night sweats, especially if you are postpartum like me, cough, cough. But it basically is moisture wicking as a result of that. It's thin, it's breathable, It doesn't have to be flattering because, again, you're wearing it for such a short period of time. But something like this, I do feel like it is flattering, even if it doesn't sit right up on my skin every which way. It's something where, as long as it is going to dry quickly, that's what matters most to me. If you do want to spend some money on a swim cover up, then by all means go for it. But me personally, I love the duality of this. And that brings us to the end of this video. I do hope that seeing me in these 5 different bathing suit styles helps you in some way. Even if we do not have the same shape, sometimes just seeing it on a bigger person helps you to understand how it may possibly sit on your body. And that's my number one qualm with most retailers, is that they do not have truly plus size individuals showing what this item actually looks like on them. And that is where I feel like there's value in videos like this. I'm literally creating videos that I wish were out there for me when it came time for me to shop for clothes. I'm out here taking the risks for you, okay? And some of them are paying off and some of them are duds, but I'm going to share all of that with you nonetheless. Thank you so much for being here and for watching this video. I say it every time, but it is because I genuinely mean it. I truly appreciate each and every one of you. And I share little moments like this with my kids in between because they are my primary driving factor when it comes to attempting to chase the things that I'm passionate about. I want to be the best example that I can for them. And I don't ever want the challenges, the stresses, or the hardships of their situation to stop them from doing the same. So if it is something that you enjoy doing, like me, then go for it and do it. And don't let your situation hold you back. Don't be ashamed of who you are. Don't be ashamed of how you look. Just know and understand that your presence matters. There is purpose in your presence. Thank you so much for being here and for supporting me. Have a good one.